This is the online classroom, live, interactive, with teacher support. Students will need to sign up for a username and password. This is the online classroom where we hold our GED study halls. Every live class is recorded so students can review the class they have attended anytime 24/7. You will usually be able to access the recording from the same link you use to go to your class about 2 hours after the class has finished. Students can book a time with the instructor or just pop in and ask quick questions. Students can work at their own pace, but they always have teacher support. Students can correct on the board with the teacher and work on math with their teacher, not just watch, interact, making learning enjoyable, which helps memory. Students will need to get a username and password by signing up before their orientation. Always click Allow when entering the classroom. You will need to go to www.studytheged.com homepage. Click on the third link down to book an appointment class with your instructor. You can click on the orientation button if you're a new student. So here would be the orientation button, and here would be the study hall with your instructor. And up here, if you're not using a phone, you'll see where it says New Students tab. That's also what you'd like to click on. Before orientations, students need to watch the 7-minute video on the new student page, take the PDF Barsh Learning Styles test, but hand in your scores to your teacher. You don't need to send in, like fax your teacher or anything like that, the whole test. You just need to take the test. It's a fun test, so don't worry, everybody. It tells you your learning style. It's very important because some of you may have maybe auditory learners, very high working auditory learners, and that gives accommodation for the GED when you take the actual test. And that's why we have you do the Barsh Learning Styles test. If you get confused about it at all, just please call us. And there you see the Barsh Learning Styles test. This is also something that is going to show you how you fill out the form to get your username and password for the live classroom right here. That's a little slideshow for you. When you book a live class, you're going to click here, right here where it says book it. When you actually go to the live class, you're going to click the link right here. And it's telling me already, which I shouldn't have told you ahead of time, choose the time you want to attend your orientation and click on book this. When it's time to attend the orientation, click on the link next to book this and enroll. And there's the link. Now, after your orientation, you're going to go to the 24/7 GED Academy part of the program. You can access this program 365 days of the year, 24/7, all the time. But remember, if you ever get frustrated with anything, you must call your teacher and say, Miss Kim or Miss Kathy or Mr. Brian, can we have a class immediately? I'm stuck on this. Put some music on, dance around the room. Do not get frustrated. So when you go to the 24/7 GED program. You're going to click right here, and that will take you to a sign-in place. And you can only get your username and password for this part of the program from your instructor by phone. You will enter your username and password here, and then you'll press log in. When you log in, it's going to ask you, are you in class or out of class? When you're at the grocery store taking a class, when you're at the doctor's office taking a class, or at home, you're out of class. When you are at the lab, if you're at a lab or you're at a library or something like that, you're in class and you're at the lab. It's also going to ask you how many hours that you want to work, what's your goal per week. Every program has a different goal. Rainbow Housing has 10 hours per week that you will need to study. If you cannot make those hours, please call your instructor right away and let her know. And remember, there is a GED hotline. Okay, then it's going to ask you to select your course, and let's say you select math. Now, you can work at all courses, or you can work at one or two, or you can work at one at a time and then go and take the test and have that off your plate. It's up to you. Some people they get too bored working with just one, so they want, the different subjects so they can go back and forth. Now, once you take this test, why would you answer a question wrong on purpose? Here we have a test, whole numbers. Decimals was wrong, exponents was right, graphs and charts wrong, and inequalities was wrong. So what this is going to do is this is going to populate your lesson plan just for you. It's not going to give you questions on whole numbers. You got that right, and you got this right. Exponents right. So it's going to give you decimals, graphs, and charts, and inequalities. So let's say you see a question that says 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1. But you think to yourself, wait a minute, I haven't reviewed fractions in a long time. Go ahead and answer the question wrong, and it will put fractions in your lesson plan. And then if you look at your fractions and you say, oh, I know this, I remember this, you can test out of that right away. So it makes it really easy for you that if you know the information, you don't have to waste your time. Learning plans, there's the foundation, first the easiest to the most challenging. And each lesson is broken down. This is a huge program. You are going to love it. Now, the thing is, it's going to ask you, do you want to take a self-assessment test or a GED practice test? The GED practice test is more like the real GED test, except for that it's not timed. But it's not going to give you options of saying, I don't know. It's just going to give you A, B, C, D, or E, and to choose, right? But you can answer the wrong question here on purpose too. Both of these will populate your homeroom with particular lesson plans that you need. So it doesn't matter which one. Some people like to take this one because it gives them a chance to understand, okay, what might the actual GED test be like? This one, if you've been out of school for a while and you're like, I don't know if I can handle this, I don't know if I can do it, I'm kind of freaked out. You want to take this self-assessment test, because then in your answers it's going to give you an option of I don't know. It's a little easier and a little bit easier on the brain, and you don't worry so much, and it will still populate your lesson plans in your homeroom. Okay, now here is your homeroom, and there's so much in the homeroom, and we will be talking more about this during orientation. Students get a different username and password from the instructor after their orientation. Students can access this program 365 days a year, 24/7. It comes with all subjects, lessons, tests, reviews, and so much more. This is a great program for sponsors as well because they can track student study time, success, reports on all lessons completed, and more. It's the most extensive online GED program. All of the programs can be accessed by smartphones, by smartphones, tablets, laptops, and computers. Okay, so you know that all of us can track your study time, so you can't fake out your study time. This is a graph that shows you how much you've studied in the day so that you can see how your goals are. This shows you how far you're going. And later on, there's going to be another graph down here after you take your practice test to show you how close you are. What we like to see you score is at least a 163, but we love a 170 to score on the practice tests. Those are really great scores. A 149 is kind of iffy right there. This person has got all their, their lesson plans already in their homeroom. So they're just clicking start lesson and away you go. And it's great. And I know I've already said this, but I can't repeat it enough. Don't wait too long if you get frustrated. If you go back to a problem and it's been 3 to 5 minutes, call the instructor or book a class with the instructor. We're here to work with you. We can get together in the online GED study hall and have fun working it out together. So whatever you do, we want you to be happy. It's good for your memory, and it's good to work with the teacher. And plus, we love seeing you guys. If students have time before the orientation, they can attend the live English and math pre-orientation classes, or they can watch the recording of the classes on the new students page. Now, yes, we love it when you watch the recording or come to the class, but it's much better to come to the class because it is a live class and you get much more out of it. But we understand if you have to work. Please don't take off your work day because this is recorded and we can work around your schedule, so no worries. And remember, we have the GED hotline. You can leave a message at any time with 847-656-5750. That's 847-656-5750. Have a wonderful school year, everybody. We look so forward to seeing you at orientation. Thank you so much.